All right. So, my friend Cookie wanted me to go over another Sheik set, this time actually of him. And in a matchup that I feel like I have a lot of experience, at least on the theory on. I've practiced it a good bit, both with my training partner of K-Pan and with Drug Fox when he was learning Falco, as well as Thad and several other Falcos. So I have a pretty good experience. I haven't played a lot of the West Coast ones. Um, and historically, I've had a problem executing strategy against Falco. But at the same time, I know a lot about what he wants to do and what it takes to win. And I've watched a lot of footage. So what I thought I would do was, you asked me to go over your set with Bottle, because you played him and lost to him. But I was going to look over your match with Skeleton, who I always seem to confuse with Avocado. They look very much alike. And then do the one with Bottle, and then I was going to show a video of Swedish versus West Balls, and I think I might do Laud Dandas versus West Balls just for a little bit, because I think Swedish is the easiest style to emulate at top level, for Sheik, the one that's most consistent at winning tournament sets, and uh, I think it's very easy to see where he goes for things. I don't think it works entirely at the highest level. Uh, he was very lost and, and confused against Mango and several other Falcos in the past. So, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of good stuff to be found there, and he keeps it very simple. So, um, I think I'm gonna check chat real quick. Get locked up by every laser. Glad Pat's in the chat too. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about this matchup. I've had many people tell me that it's just whoever messes each other up the most, and that they have very fair neutrals against each other. And I'd say that it's not true, because one of them has a bunch of big red lasers being shot at them over the course of the entire game, and if you ever mess up your combo, you sort of eat shit. At the same time, Falco can't mess up. I just find that Falco is a lot easier to execute your strategies, unless the Sheik's playing amazing, or just making good reads. Because if Sheik starts making good reads, then sure, you pretty much deserve to lose at that point. But we're gonna get into it. I think it's a matchup where your technical skill is tested, and you have to be very consistent and clean, or else you do not get opportunities and the game starts slipping away from you. So let's see how it works out. So Brandon going with the good color Sheik. I can dig it. All right. Started off doing good spacing, but went for the grab. Movement in the corner. Okay. I'm seeing some flubs. So the one needle is almost never good. You've grabbed twice without like being confirmed. I like the ooh, my dude. So I like that all those forward airs, and the wavy dash forward tilt is really good. When you do this super fast wavy dash forward tilt, Falco's jump is so slow that usually it'll stuff him. You got to be worried about them crouch canceling it and punishing you with a wave dash shine or just jump shine, but you did it, and I don't think you would ever do it. It's pretty high level. And this up air is sick. Holy cow. That looked like some TAS shit. The premature jump is pretty good against Falco. You can get the hit no matter what. The dash up air is also super good. But there, you've basically gotten all of the big openings in neutral, but you've still taken now 55. So that's a big problem in the matchup. If you aren't executing your entire punish, then you're gonna lose out, and it'll be harder and harder. Like if you find yourself never like almost four stocking Falco that isn't like a lot better than you, like don't worry, you're not supposed to. But at the same time, it might mean that you're engaging in a lot more mix-ups that aren't clean, like that aren't very much in your favor. Like this matchup allows you to do a lot of positioning advantages and specific punishes on certain things that you have the potential to force stock them pretty easy, or at least get big leads. So I like that. When you have a full charge of needles, you're actually very scary to low percent Falco. They have to worry about shield. They have to worry about getting shield grabbed and needled. Needles are just such a good way to start the stock. So I sort of like that. I think you jumped late off the edge. And you also jumped a little bit late off the edge of invincibility, so it's a little bit more scary to me. Maybe you just didn't get enough drift. Regardless, just play a little bit more patient to get on the stage there. He wasn't in the needle triangle, so you shouldn't be looking for the needle unless he's just like dashing forward. He played it really well though. Alright, I'm glad you didn't go in there. Once you get hit once at low percent, it's pretty hard to punish Falco. Alright, those fares and the forward tilts are working again. But you go for a really big risk, so like all that stuff is like free damage and leads into these like pseudo knockdowns if he doesn't ASDI it. So you get all that like frame advantage, like if you forward tilt and he doesn't ASDI it. And, like you are already dashing like when he's actionable there. Like you did a full dash dance and he's just sitting there. So unless he's like frame perfect moving out of there, forward tilts are always great. But this grab, like although it's good if he stands there, like something I learned from watching Sammy play is that even though he's very risk averse, just especially at low percent, there's such a good reward for hitting them with a forward air there that if you just set up a forward air spacing from jumping here with short hop, if you have the pivot jump timings or you just have the dash jump timings, then it'll lead to a lot fewer times where you just get like shined or spot dodge shined. Okay, some of that was not safe, but sick jump. Definitely got him. These needles, that needle never works if they sweet spot, but against Skeleton, I would go for it too. I believe that rising needle from around this spacing, you can either drift backwards or forwards to catch the shorten, but you can't really react to the side B. But a good thing to do is identify if you can jump around that high and react to the side B timings, because if you're reacting auditorily, you technically can, but you have a limited window to do it. So if he shine stalls, he might just grab the ledge. But overall, the jump needles cover more options than the standing one. Okay. This is a small thing that I struggled with a lot. So you couldn't have grabbed the ledge before he does, but you fall sort of low, and then you hang out over here a long time. So it puts you in the very center of the platform and close to the edge. So if he did like he just came up and then up tilted you, which he technically could have done, or if he had come up and downered you, actually that wouldn't combo either. So let's just go with shine back air, and sent you off stage, then you might have been in a really bad position, whereas you could have just could have already been drifting towards the stage and getting a lot deeper. Like you're not really gonna trick him like here, so just minimize your starting position. So figure out at what percents where do I want to be where, and if they prove that they can't punish a certain thing very well, then sure, keep going for that. All right, Brandon. Last time I watched your videos, you have the same problem as me. You do these dash attacks as a mix-up in neutral, and I'm gonna be keeping track of how many you do that aren't really set up in any way. Okay. I don't know if that I don't think that could have been a reaction. So I want to know if you are going for these punishes on reaction or not, because I mean you're allowed not to. I do this jump all the time and go for down air usually. It's technically not right. You should just be like dashing to right here and then reacting, but it's a lot harder, especially against Falco because he's got that huge tech roll. Yep. That was good DI though. You were asking me earlier about where you should go when Falco's standing there, and in this position, even though I told you that it's bad to roll if you don't have the full distance, like you would only have this much of the roll, so it gives them more time to react. Unless he's really good at doing the dash out of crouch and dash jump and then like nair you or something like that, or come up and grab you, then in this position he could only forward smash to about here or here on reaction. So you did one of the best options. You almost got him for being silly. Okay, I like those nairs. If you preemptive nair above him, the thing is, if he ASDI downs like against Kevin's almost always going to shine you there because it's really negative on ASDI down. So you got to be really careful about coming down because this is your 0%. Like if you get shined on that, like you could lose so much. Okay, you've done the jump thing twice. I like it. So yeah, you've gotten a lot off of that nair in specific, and punishing his get up with your fair. All right. Again, he's been very reluctant to come in on you and get within shine range, which, I mean, one means that he's not a very technical player, and two that you might be doing a really good job of boxing him out. He hasn't gotten comfortable in those spacies. That's pretty standard Falco combo. Let's see. The roll, yeah, unforced, but gotta be careful about those. Rolling against Falco is a pretty easy way to get eaten up sometimes. Ooh, that was a camp. Let's see, what were you thinking about? Alright, you wanted a second forward tilt, I'm guessing. Dash off, forward arrow would hit. Let's see. Oof. Would have been tight though. And there, yeah, I feel like, yeah, you didn't, you weren't still confident in the situation. Bear slightly missed, but if he's off there fire styling, you had this whole window to react. Mostly with needle or drop off arrow. Okay. If you knew how to shield drop here and were comfortable doing it, then from this position, instead of jumping where he can just back air, like a lot of the times when I play Troy or other Falcos, they'll either try to full jump read you with a bear because it's super safe. Like he can't die, he'll just go to the ledge if you hit him with literally anything, or you will die if he hits you. And his bear is a lot more active and a lot safer. So he goes for the read in. But that would be unsafe if you just held shield and then back aired out of shield or nared out of shield, or if you shield drop just straight down and then punished him on his landing. So what he did was pretty bad, and if this was Troy, he would 100% have back aired you in the face. So be careful about that. So all that jumping, like you're losing a lot of potential advantage. Like he had basically cornered himself twice. If you had shield dropped, you would just immediately gain center stage and have Falco on the outside. But you lose a lot of time doing this short hop up here. So 1, 2, 3. You could have already been to his landing on the platform. This dash attack would win you the game, but you're late. So I still think you're having the same problem that I had for a really long time, and to an extent still do, where I will see what he's doing, like say here, and you already thought I'm gonna come up and attack it, but then you're like, okay, I'm here, and then I think before you even started dashing, you wanted to dash attack. I'm almost sure. So you saw the air dodge, and you're like, you key in on the fact that he air dodged, and you want to punish this, but because you rolled at that timing, then there's not enough time to do it. Maybe if you like crouched down smashed or something right here, or like rising naired, then maybe. But The dash attack's not happening. So you gotta be super careful about these intentions and when they rise, because in this matchup, a lot of times Falco is gonna land with 4 frames of landing lag. There's basically nothing you can do except for the mix-up. So dash attack is like the least mix-up-y one of the trinity of grabbing, fairing, and down smashing. And I guess dash attacking. Dash attacking is like almost like a worse down smash for the most part. Alright, I'm assuming that you banned either FD or Stadium. And he's taking you to Dreamland for okay. I'm hoping you banned FD. Maybe you really like that stage, but I think it's terrible against this bad boy. So again, these needles don't have set knockback, so I feel like you know that, but if you only hit them with 1, you're like negative like 12 at low percent. If you're at higher percent, then they are a lot they're a lot better. But even if he was super bad at it, like you've heard of like the take laser strategy, where you just take the laser and then ASDI it and then just start dashing. He does it terribly, but I mean, he still literally gets all in your face for it, and you got a total of 4%. So you gotta win your battles sometimes. All right, again, you outplay him with this movement, but then you do something very committal from a position in the corner. So yes, he whiffed and that he's not very mobile, but this dash attack won't hit him unless he doesn't ASDI down it. He could shield, he could put out a move, he could have jumped. There's just a lot of things that he could do. You do the same up air, but it's not the right percent for it. So yeah, it's just up air sort of sucks sometimes. That's why Drug Fox goes for when he gets these types of hits on knockdown. That was actually pretty sick needle timing. Again, he's really bad at moving out of getting needled. Wow. You got like the lowest needle. That was pretty sick. But when you get that dash attack, this is a percent where you can, like, unless he was being an idiot and he was like at like maybe 67 maybe, then you could forward tilt. But yeah, you could have maybe forward tilted there. But at the same time, what would be better than a forward tilt? Like a forward tilt, he could DI off stage, and sure, you could go for the GIMP setup, but it's not 100%. Go for the tech chase. You know he had to land. There's nothing he can do to prevent himself from landing, so just go for that reaction dash tech. He's already at the perfect percent for it, and one more dash attack fair and he could die. So gets him at the perfect percent. He full hop out of the corner. It's pretty good versus what he's doing. He's being very committal, but you put yourself in the same way you put yourself over there. So don't mirror the Falco. Be smarter than the Falco. Oh my god. No fear, dude. Alright. Watcha! Good needle again, but it's hard as balls. Go for the drafting. Here, I like going for the reverse fair. Sometimes you can make it, but reverse fair is a lot more like consistent, as long as you practice it. You just gotta dash for a few more frames, but dashing is just so much faster than Sheik's air mobility. Okay. Get used to down smashing on reaction here. Like down tilt's pretty good, but if you just stay right here and then react with down smash, like you can just make it so that similar to like covering tech in place versus like the tech rolls or just get up rolls. The reaction with down smash is the fastest and it's 5 frames, whereas the other options are usually coverable in like something like 12. So you got some time. Just being hasty on it. Good confirm. Alright. This roll is reactable, so be careful about rolling into him like that. If I don't know why he would laser when you were just shielding, but if he didn't and he just jumped and he was a West Ball style and just down aired at you, then you get hit. And I think that might be a problem that you have with Bottle. Here you jumped in the corner. Got lasered. Don't do these double jumps unless they're forced out. Okay. See, yeah, this is the problem that I had, and it's really hard to identify in the heat of the moment because you're like, I'm getting lasered, and he grabbed me the last time. Instead of doing this roll, because he's just dash dancing, like when are you deciding to roll is the big thing. Like always have a reason for doing these things. So I feel like he wanted to roll right after the laser. Like he's gonna come in and grab me. But even then, you could just spot dodge and it would be less risky than this roll. But what really you should do is wave dash to the corner. If you wave dash out of shield, just either on stage and hold your ground. If he hits you with a laser, then you can just fade back to the corner or hold shield right here. If he hits you with anything that's not a grab, then you slide off. Or you just get to the ledge and you're back in your happy place versus this nervous Falco. Okay. So you gotten a lot out of jumping out of the corner, but this dash attack again, just keep fading. Like you have this good position, and he has to get out of the corner sometime. He can't jump, so just recognize that and don't let him jump. Like if you shield something and they're out of shield, like it's so turned around. Like look. This situation looks so much worse, but then 2 fairs later, and now he's at a juicy % for all your combos. Yep. And then basically the strategy should be get 3 hits on Falco and neutral, and then whiff punish something, or hit him with another aerial. Which is an annoying thing about the meta, but like it's just what Sheik has to do. Okay. Play the ledge. I like that you're still confident at doing the ledge stall, but I've noticed that when I do like the fast ledge stall especially, or if I do very consistent poofing, then it creates a rhythm for the opponent as well. So Mutaking's just a genius in that when he camps the ledge, he's doing it with very slow and deliberate like fall down jumps and then coming back up. So unless you're gonna like ledge dash immediately, which is bad on this transformation, then do the slow and deliberate ones because one, there's less risk of messing it up, and 2, it almost makes the Falco feel like he's doing more actions than you are, and it sort of makes them nervous about doing that, and oftentimes they'll come up closer to the ledge, and then you can start doing the faster one or set up your thing. So have a plan and don't make it so that your only option is to keep doing this the fast stall, because like there's no reason for you to fight this. Like honestly, like you only stand to lose here because Sheik just usually loses the spare hit game in neutral. Again, another time where you like walk towards the center of the stage while like jump and walk towards the center stage. Like this jump's good if you think he's going high, but at the same time you could have wave dashed off and then jumped up with the back air, and like the weak back air would cover this, the strong one, and the weak one would cover it at the top. So good that you maintain center stage, but threaten with something. Like if you hit him off, you need to be calculating, like he's got to jump to here. Like he had to jump from all the way out here. And I don't know if that's you're not being very comfortable with the magnifying glass, or if it's just like not having that option, like in turning nerves when you're at 160 and you don't want to die, but at the same time closing it out would be like a huge lead for you. So, but as Kobo would say, like they're there anyways. You just gotta just know where they are. So he could have side B'd, but I guess this would kill it with forward air. But most Falcos are going to try to up B from these types of angles, because usually it gives them a down angle and a high angle. Oh boy. Looking like me. Alright. So right now, what you don't want is a tilt. You want, yeah, you just want to play like a lame-o, or get like an air out of shield or something, because there's nothing that you won't die to as he kills you with forward tilt. So these back airs were well intentioned. I like them. I mean, if you get a hit here, technically when you're doing this full hop rising bear, you can't get that much off of it. Once you hit it, he's gonna land and start running at you, and eating up the space before you land. Like, you only get to here. But if you like short hop instant do it, then you can fall down with another one or do something else. But instead, you do this 0% dash attack. 0% out of 100 never would get you anything. So, like, a down smash could get you like 32%. So, I think if you intend to continue forcing the aggressive playstyle, you're not willing to camp and beat these laser strategies, then yeah, you're gonna have to include the run up down smash more in your arsenal than the dash attack, because dash attack's like a simpler option. You don't have to crouch out of your dash, or I mean your run, and it's less spacing dependent, but at the same time it's just a lot lower EV. And this back air also would not be safe on hit or shield. Weak back air can be, but only if you do it super spaced or really far out. So he's just not punishing your landing very well either. Yeah, and his down airs, like, he's not using very good drift either, which is letting you get away with being close to him a lot of these times. You don't really have to like worry about what he's doing. So again, you jumped. You gotta lab out why you're forcing yourself to jump, because like the standard Armada like approved tech chasing method is dash dance right within his get up attack range, but you want to be able to react to the get up attack by dashing away, but otherwise it's a holding pattern, and then you constantly have the opportunity to react with a dash attack on his, or just a grab on him just getting up, or continuing to dash this way. So it's like you check yourself on dashing left if you ever see him getting up attack or rolling this way. But otherwise, you can always do this holding pattern and then eventually react and say, no matter where I am here, if I grab within so and so frames, like here and here, that with your JC grab, then you'll always grab the attack in place. Even if you were dash dancing and your reaction on your dash dance was like here or even here, you'll probably still grab him. And with dash attack, it's even bigger. So the approved way is to either wave dash to this positioning or start dash dancing here. But the important thing is to be here. But instead, you go forward onto him. Being on top of him just like also makes it less clean to react to what his get up attack option is. Alright, you got the whiff, but you're putting out a lot of things that would get punished by him just like forward smashing in place. So be careful. Wow, he lost his stock to that. Oh no. You made it scary though. Here, I understand needling, but at the same time, just turning around and grabbing the ledge is a guaranteed kill. And two, you could back air it or just fair him coming out of it. So, a little bit scary. Definitely in his head though. His noggin's cracked wide open. He's like, this stupid Sheik, I hate Sheik. Again, going for the punish at 0, like this, especially against a player like Skeleton, like you've been whooping him this match. Like, what way can you give him? Like, what way could you give somebody who like has been playing the game for like 2 months? How is the only way that they're gonna hit you? It's probably you whiffing something right in front of them, and all they have to do is be like, harder. Well, I say that, you just win the set. So good movement, except I would like to see you just be ready to needle there. Wow. Okay, he gets caught. But yeah, if you have any needle charge at all, this is like a guaranteed amazing situation for you. If you watch Sammy versus SFAT, at HEC, he gets 2 straight stocks off of literally coming down off of this or from the platform and needling him into a grab and then just back throw gimping him, which is hilarious to me. It always just bugs me. But needle grab here is like is that confirm? It's that, oh my gosh, you got worked setup. So if you have 2 needles, then you can just needle from right there. If you fast fell, it would go even faster, and it literally confirms him to grab. So instead, he rolled out because he's nervous. I don't particularly like that nair. I think you could cover it the same thing with forward tilt and still be able to beat an air dodge on. Because if you're from this position, like, he can't actually sweet spot this unless he dips super low, which loses to jump needling or running up down smash. And then this would lose if you held your space a little bit more even. This keeps him from fading up and then falling the ledge, but that loses to you just waiting and then reacting to him jumping really high. So, but instead you just work him. Man, he fell low after that back air too. If he SDIs this back air up, I think he lives too. Instead he like fast fell that shit. Oof. Get out of there, boy. Get out of there. Alright. So, major things was that he wasn't pressuring you enough to force you to stop doing those, a lot of your jump avoidance patterns, and you went for some low effort and low reward options that would not win you a match against somebody who's punishing harder. And at the same time, he wasn't punishing your whiffs more often. But you have some sick reads. I think they're slightly off meta in that there's better coverages, but at the same time, if you got the read, then you got the read. So definitely can make it work, and I'm glad you're making it work too. But just keep watching, and like whenever you want to grind something out, you can grind out, like, in addition to tech, you could say, like, I'm just gonna back throw this spacie, and then how can I cover slightly more options? Then you watch the 1,000 Mute King Edge Guards video. Aight, we're gonna go back to this. Oh, yeah. Dash attack addict checking in for sure, dude. It's pretty hard. Oh, yeah. I guess I had bottle on that whole time. I figured all the small little things that you gotta do to stream. Dab doesn't check chat, that's for sure. It's only an 8-minute video, so I always feel like I'm only spending 8 minutes, but then at the same time I probably spent like 30 minutes there. So this is actually gonna be bottle instead of versus Skull Tom. So important to note, both playing green Falco. So whenever you're playing a Falco, you gotta know, are they playing that color ironically, or do they really believe it? Because red Falcos especially, red Falcos and green Falcos take it very seriously. The regular ones are like, they don't really care. They're playing, or they're old school. And then the blue ones are just a mixed bag, so mostly green. If they're green, they're usually going to be like methodical, slightly pushing forward, zoning you out. Red ones are going to try to embarrass you and aren't thinking the entire game. You're clipping my doubles match? Yes! I wanted to see, there were so many weird things that happened in our first 2 matches, and then we destroyed Tommy and Chad. Holy moly. I still can't believe you ever said that they were the best team in Georgia. I cry every night. Because as I said, I don't think they do any teams combos at all. I've watched sets where they just don't even help each other. It's okay, man. I've definitely said that you said that to like 4 other people, but at the same time, I forgive you. There's just so many up and coming cool peoples. Yeah, I agree. One, I think Chad hasn't been like practicing as much, and I think Tommy is sort of split his focus too. Like, he's played a lot of Fox or like I don't think he's got like the competitive fire right now. So let's see. But at the same time, I think they'll still do well versus some teams, but the people who know Ganon matchup especially, like, they don't have that trump card to just like go Ganon and then wreck people. And at the same time, a lot of the other people like Harry and teams, they've like worked through a ton of other issues. Oh my god, our match versus Dan. Dan had the freaking reads. It was crazy. He had like up smash timings, and I was like, during the match, I was like, oh my gosh, he's being so scientific about about his up smash timings. It was so weird. I was like, Kevin, don't do the right thing. Just do something else. Yeah, I think Kevin's a lot more receptive about Devil's advice now, and he's just chiller about locals. I think if we went to a regional and did mediocre again, he would complain about similar things, but at the same time, it's okay. Don't do the right thing, Kevin. Be Kevin. No, he does that enough by himself. But for my birthday, he said that he was gonna actually have like a team's discussion with me. So I appreciate all teams discussion. So that'd be nice. I actually made like a Pastebin article about our recent sets. It didn't include Fox, so I would like to talk to him about that. I got a sick birthday card from my dad. Okay, well, enough about doubles. Well, let's do the bottle set because you really actually wanted that one instead of the other one. Let's full screen it. All right. I was playing bottle a little bit ago, like their gyms tournament, like previous lab in February, and he like caught my Marth with a lot of
because he has really good fundamentals. Like he just,
time,
you know that he plays the game intelligently,
like,
even though he might not necessarily have all the knowledge and all the execution to be able to perform well. You can tell that he's not like doing brain dead stuff, right?
In this pool, the first seed is
You can tell that he's not like doing
off with the
brain dead
needles.
stuff, right?
A little bit delayed.
The first seed is
here. A lot of this is like pre-preparation and I would say like technical control. So when you go into the match versus Falco, like you should have an idea of like 3 different branches that your opening path could go off on. So you chose to go to the top platform, which is good. It's a good holding strategy. He has to come up and meet you. And what he did interacted poorly with what you did. So you getting needles was a good idea.
And all the execution to be able to perform well. You can tell that he's not like.
And I think you were thinking about your waveland, like thinking about the waveland on the platform instead of only watching the Falco. And like, when is the time when I can start getting needles, or when is the time that I'm going to run off the platform and ferret him, or when am I going to shield here and threaten shield drop? So these are the small things, but it adds up on setting the tempo of the match. Because if you immediately present your opponent with something to do, especially like a Falco, like if you're like, okay, and Harriet's gotten super good at this. She's like a snake. She'll strike. So until she sees what she wants to fight or run away from, she's just charging these needles. And same with Mewtwo. He will just charge and charge and charge until the Falco does something, because you are getting that advantage. Like, you getting a full set of needles makes your neutral versus Falco so much better, like so much better. And often, Sammy, I see you're calling me. Hello. Hello. It's too loud. Okay, I'll turn it down. Really? Let me see.
In this pool, the first seed is
Tell that he's not.
My name's Alex Campos, and come by my garage. All right, yeah, I'll turn it down. I think the problem is that one side of my headphones goes in and out, and one side has traditionally been louder than the other, so that might be it. But also my computer is like super weird. I'm glad it hasn't like caught on fire yet, but there's a lot of sounds emanating from it. So as I was saying, just like the Mewtwo King Drug Fox, like Drug Fox is really good at when he opens the match, it feels like a chess opening where the positions that you take and the option and the like the demeanor that you show, like if Falco's like moves all towards you, then that means something. If he does this dash dance and like a jump, it means that he's unsure. Like he wasn't reacting to what you were doing either. Like his reaction to you jumping to the top platform was to jump in the corner. It's not good unless he was trying to like full hop laser you. So yeah, so get those needles when you can. Like getting full needles is just gravy, because especially if you get them super early on in the match, then after you actually engage with him or like dance around together, after you do your waltzing, he's forgotten some of the steps. Oh boy, you have a full charge of needles and he just ate them or got needle grabbed. So like that's something that'll often happen if you present them with very complex situations. There's a reason why Sammy Sheik did very well, especially on stages like Yoshi's, because he would just set all these traps. Like he would always short hop and grab needles, because as he's coming down, he could throw them as you. So say you jump on this platform, and you are where he is. If you jump and get needles, then if they can't actually cross this distance without you being able to throw the needles to cover him if he bum rushed you. So you can prevent the bum rush and then react to whatever he does afterwards. So a good player will keep being patient, but then he could potentially get a bum rush on you if he does something unexpected. So get these needles
doing brain dead stuff, right?
instead of these jumps, because you even throw them and lose whatever charge you had, and then it really gets you messed up, and you end up on the ground getting downered. So like you had a position where he had to come to you, and because of this forward smash and whatnot, like you can just shield whatever he does on your shield up here. Like if he does an aerial, especially on top platform, there's no way that he hits you without doing like some sick shine, like double shine land double shine grab, unless he does some crap like that, or like hovers over you with a down air, which is like a hella hard read. Then you're safe up there. So Falco falls faster than you, so you put yourself into a game where like you're running away from the pillar in the movie. The pillar's still coming down on you. Like this downer is coming, and you can't get away from it because you're Sheik, unless you wave landed, which is pretty hard.
Was like last stock high percent.
Alright. He's a good combo, and then yeah, he's definitely being Green Falco right now. He's just sharking.
And game one was like last stock high percent.
So it feels like Bottle's very confident in this matchup. And again, he gets you with the down air following you. If you have to move and then he's there, then yeah.
Oh, they're using the mic. They have a mic.
Alright, you get him with the same jump nair that you got, not Avocado.
Oh, they're using the mic.
Foster?
They have a mic.
Is Foster Avocado? Okay. So you can react to the jump sound, and that's really what you should be trying to do. And yeah, you get that. But again, I think forward tilt might lose to rising down air, but the rising nair is mostly bad because unless you do it like frame perfectly at the top and then fast fall immediately and then auto cancel into the jabs a la Mewtwo King, then there's like no way that you're gimping him otherwise. So like practice in training mode, like practice the toggle where he's over here, and then forward throw him or back throw him or whatnot, and then try getting the Mewtwo King style jump, and then while you're at the top, like you're waiting, and then if he tries a sweet spot, then you needle, and if he or fall down fair, and if he goes high, then you react with nair, and it gets the strong hitbox, and then you fast fall, and then you jab or down smash or grab, but mostly that jab.
They have a mic up there.
It's that good stuff.
The TL.
Okay.
Oh, they're using the mic. They have a mic up there.
Roll
Yeah,
into
by
him
the-
was
the-
a little
the
bit
TL
questionable.
computer, not TL,
And
yeah, the
he
TL.
immediately
They have a
says
mic up
that,
there
no,
by the-
I
the-
am teching
the-
all these things. I'm not letting you have, because in my opinion, the Falco wants to tech often because the no tech is so scary if they get dash decked or down smashed near the edge. So especially near the edge, they're gonna try to get to center stage because Falco can just mitigate his risk of having a shitty recovery by just taking hits on stage and forcing you to go for the less rewarding option.
Not usually.
I don't
Right.
know.
Buckley,
Good dash stack. It was very risky, but you got him.
I don't believe
That
he-
loses the shield.
was immediate with his response.
Oof.
He's at that level where like.
So yeah, he is getting in there with his lasers. He's shooting the one, and then immediately afterwards, because you are disadvantaged in the neutral, he allows himself. In fact, this is a common Falco tactic: is once you take the first laser, then they use that time with the movement to get out another laser. So that covers you dashing back or jumping from that position because you were so close when the laser came out.
He's
so,
at that level where like.
yep, he hit some
he's
weird
like
stuff.
getting. Like, let's say if top 2 make it out, he'll make 4th. If top 2 make it out, he'll make 3rd. Like,
He'll just be like that one step behind.
yes.
All right, you got the
sounds
same
about right,
dash
where
deck.
Third, like,
He'll just be like that one step
Make sure
behind.
you watch your timings for this, because like again with dash deck, like there are a lot of times where you actually can't combo. Like either they'll get intercepted by platform, or they'll have to land, or the forward tilt that you would get off of it is not good. So or down smash won't like send them very far off. So you gotta look at your timings and say, will this forward air be able to hit?
And I think that
Yeah,
sounds
that's
about
like
right for
the
someone that
Be very
doesn't get
fat.
to like
Yes.
actually practice.
I like the
at
up
these
air
tournaments,
conversions
right?
though.
And I think
The
that
dash
sounds
deck
about
at the
right
end,
for
if you
someone
grab
that
here,
doesn't get
that
to,
was a
like,
big
actually-
innovation that Sammy started doing, was that he would always grab here because then you set up the, if he DIs behind, then you down smash him, and if he DI or forward tilt him, and if he DIs forward, then especially on these platforms, then you can forward air him. So at low percent, you can, what I've always tried to do is shield drop fair or up air it or nair it, but my shield drops to the left don't fucking work, so I can't do it very consistently. But at high percent, it's just to confirm. I think it's from like 70 on, is that you can always get it, even if they would like land pretty
Practice at
far,
these
like you're really
tournaments,
close.
yeah, I know, but
So,
Brian, not Brian.
Just be ready for that.
Someone
And
that
again,
doesn't get
your
to, like,
your main
actually
reaction
practice at
here
these
should be
tournaments, right?
looking
Yeah,
to
I know,
down
but-
smash. Like he has to either grab the ledge, which is not good to go for like these things if he's grabbing the ledge, because then if he ledge dashes on you, you lose stage. You're fighting an invincible person.
About right
The
for someone
invisible
that
man.
doesn't get to like
Yes.
actually practice at these tournaments, right?
And
Yeah,
if
I
he
know, but
tries to take center stage or forces something or makes a mistake even, then you can react from standing here with forward tilt or down smash. And if he does something over here like up ease high or something, then you can just needle it or run off or
Brian,
whatnot.
not Brian.
So
CookiE
more
likes to
control
play a lot, too.
on when you react.
He's always like playing even though he's running the stream.
Well, he's got the first kill. I mean,
I'm surprised they stuck to Dreamland.
'Kay.
I like
Dreamland,
I don't
very
like
common,
Dreamland, but it's
especially
usually
against
this
these
always
green
matchup, I don't have
Falcos.
any problem
They will
with it. I
take
think
you
it
here.
She
but
could be dead.
look at how easy
Yeah,
his edge
I
guard's
knew
gonna be.
you'd get hit.
I mean, he
There's
could've just
nothing
back aired,
you can
Yeah,
really
I
do
was
there,
surprised he
ended it, but
except for like
Probably
DI
don't
slightly
anyway.
better.
It was the opportunity that he get to try to get back to the stage. Again,
Alright.
You know?
yeah, I feel like
That's a little scary. Also, I'm looking at
Get
the
to
player cam,
try to, get back
and
to
it
the
looks
stage
like
again,
he.
you know?
Oh no, you're both very focused.
yeah, I feel like
That he get to try
But
to,
trading
get back to
this early percent is not good for you. Fuck it. I mean,
Again,
trading
you know.
evenly is good.
yeah, I feel
but
like
I think it's against this style of
Falco
Falco,
because
it's
of the
not as
edge guard
good
opportunities you can get
because
against Sheik, especially with characters
they
like Falco who can actually
are
punch
trying
Sheik pretty well.
like oftentimes
Yeah,
unless
you can just
like you're
back
playing
air
very
and
well,
Sheik,
they're
keep
just gonna
covering
trade
He's
out
using
percents
these,
and then
these
hit you
these
later on.
nairs. Just like
But
those
your
ones
percents were
back
adding
air
up with
while Sheik,
these.
is recovering.
Again,
He's
that
using
weak
these,
back
these
air isn't
weak-
safe on
these
shield
nairs.
neutral airs and these
or
weak
hit.
back airs
They'll shine you.
at lower percents, and it's not
Again,
these,
you're
these
walking
weak-
too close to
these
the edge,
nairs.
man.
neutral airs and these weak
Too
back
close,
airs
man.
at lower percents.
It's like
He's
when did
using
he
these, these
when did he
weak-
do
These
this?
nairs.
neutral airs and these
You
weak
back air? I wouldn't back there either, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
at lower percents.
Where does he have to
using
jump
these,
from?
these
Because what you want to do is
these
look at where he has to
neutral airs and
jump
these
from.
weak back-
So he had to jump from
Back
around
air?
there. So he couldn't have possibly sweet spotted at that timing. So instead, you should go for like an aerial or run to here and then like down smash or forward tilt. So Just
At
try
lower
to
percents,
recognize
it's not a
those a
good
little
idea,
bit
'cause
more,
Falco's
especially
gonna
if you're
crowd
playing
cancel and
friendlies
punish
versus a
you for it.
Falco that like knows their
Excellent
recovery.
grab.
If they don't know the
Oh,
recovery,
got the
then
down air.
it's bad.
Cancel and punish sheik
And
for
here's
it.
where the green Falcos come into play.
Excellent
So
percents, and it's not a good idea.
he's gonna get some
Falco's gonna be able to
small,
crouch cancel
like
and punish
slow
sheik for it.
push. Like over the course of this time, he moves
got the
slowly,
down air.
slowly, and trying to still space as he
Getting, like,
approaches.
these nairs. He's just getting hit. Ooh,
Mm.
nice
Oh,
That's a
that
big
was-
swing.
That was
That
rough.
angle.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
he got the down air while he was.
But it happened because he did standing noodle. So
But he's just getting like these nairs.
yeah,
He's just getting hit. Ooh,
Can't do
nice
that.
down
Oh,
smash.
that was rough.
angle.
Yeah, he got the down air.
many
while he was
Falcos will
coming
just
onto the
forward
stage and
smash you
was able
there.
to get the down smash
I'll
to
use
get him
that
off
as an
the
example
stage.
for
And one thing about
the every Falco.
Falco's down there is
Ooh.
his legs become intangible.
Yeah, he's just waiting.
Yeah, right there
He's got
you
the
saw
lead,
Falco
and
went in
he
for like one of
definitely
those
plays
super
it.
unsafe down airs.
Nice
but-
reverse fair. A man after my own heart.
Yeah, right there you saw Falco went in for like
With
one
the,
of
like,
those super
the
unsafe
hardest
down
hitbox
airs,
of it,
but
too.
He didn't recognize that he could just shield grab and just rolled away, thinking that he had to buffer
Okay,
roll, get out
okay.
of that. One of
Yep.
the things you have
Grab
to
at zero.
do
Risque.
is grab and just roll
Risky.
away, think
You're in the corner. He
that
knows you
you
want
have to-
to. And you have full charge of needles.
buffer roll, get out of that.
You didn't count to 2.
Didn't recognize
Gotta
that
count
he
to
could
2.
just shield grab and just rolled away, thinking
It's
that
very
he had to buffer
hard to
roll, get out of
discipline that, but like at the same
one of
time,
things
you can
have
literally
to be
just
able
count
to
to
do when
2
you're,
in your
playing
head
Sheik in this
and be
matchup
like,
is
okay,
being
now I
able
can
to
play.
recognize when you can punish people.
You have to be used to
Excellent use of needles
thinking
there.
about
That's such a
options
good,
while counting to
aspect
2
of
though.
Sheik where she can
All right,
just-
again, getting the needles,
excellent use of
but
needles
like
there. That's
you're
such a
throwing them. I guess it was ambiguous when he could dash there, but if he did dash towards you from that position, then you could like needle cancel and then double jump.
good
or something.
aspect of Sheik where she can just get like
So,
an
like, you only have
instant,
2 needles right
18% off of someone just because she's able to full charge needles in between.
There's all this
Can
weird
just get,
like
an instant,
weird
16 to
business,
18%
and
off
the
of
way that
someone
like I think it works,
just
especially at low level.
she's able
I won't even say low level. Like it works for a long ass time, but
to needles in
this type of like
can just get like an instant,
semi
16
baiting
to 18% off of someone just because she's able
where like you dash dance and then you do a raw grab. Like this is still a raw grab. Like
to full
like balls to the walls. Like you had the read, but
just get like an instant like 16 to
if it's
18%
unpredictable
off of
opponent or
someone
somebody who
just
like
because
has a
she's able
ton
to
of
full charge needles
options,
in between
or
stocks
then it's gonna be really difficult to get
off
that
of
on
someone
them.
just because
Like
she's able to
oftentimes you're going to whiff,
full charge needles in between
so you gotta be
stocks.
careful.
Nice. Oh,
It was also like you should JC grab those.
not broken. Like I remember I was
All right.
16 to 18.
We were talking about
Good
the down air
aspect of
setup
Sheik
too, so
where
let me take a
she
look at
can
this.
just get
So, I like your spacing here. Like, it wasn't a super clean wave dash, but there's no way that he can down air you here without you being wise to it. So, you're in a good position. If you were facing this direction, it would be even better. But because back air usually trades with down air,
get like an
so
instant like
he's predictable in that he does not
16
go for it.
18%.
But you
aspect
tried
of
to
Sheik where
hit him with a
she
nair
can
here,
just
which
get
is
like an
very
instant, like,
scary to
16
me. I
18%.
mean,
Such a good aspect of Sheik
I don't know if it was a
where
flub, but
she can
you
just get like an instant
have,
like
like,
16 to 18%.
it's just
off of
another
someone just because
low
she's able-
value
she
option,
can just get like an instant like 16 to 18.
and you're sort of like getting baited. Like if you
off
just
of
got the
someone
full needle
just because
charge,
she's
then
able to full charge
it would help
needles
you so
in
much
between
better.
stocks.
okay. Nice. Oh,
Okay.
man.
Again, on
18%
your
off of
tech
someone
chases,
just because
you gotta
she's
turn
able to full charge
around
needles in between
to make
stocks.
the reaction easier. Like you can turn around and react, but that's just like takes more discipline.
Okay.
Cause like if you don't get the perfect dash back, then you're not gonna get it,
Oh,
and you're
man.
still doing the
Tech
jumps.
chasing is broken. It's not broken. Like
There's
I
like
remember
no
I
way
was playing- I
that
was playing
fair
Sammy
will
once
get something
at,
there.
Super Famicom, and I was practicing with him, and he grabbed me once. She was like,
Okay.
"Alright, you're dead," and I died off. it.
Walk
It's just
up.
Like,
That's because Sammy's a
Crit
robot.
walking.
yeah, it's crazy.
Alright.
He can just
Not
take
everyone
like
could do it. There's a reason why Sammy was like the only one that was like famous
Yep.
for it.
So like Falco always wins these
But,
damage
yeah, she
trades
can
at this
kill,
percent.
like,
Like
she
this is the
can chase
time where
everything
like
with
if
that.
you just trade
I
aerials,
like
then
this
like
use of
if he
neutral
hits you
aim
with a
against
back
those
air
short
now,
mob lasers.
you're not gonna
You
die.
should've done another
But
right there.
you're
I thought
going to
that was
get
gonna be
worked
like
to
a
the
drop
corner,
down,
and you're gonna lose a lot.
No, this is
Oh
bad.
boy.
Nope.
That's so
No.
scary.
Got the slow roll up because Falco's above
I feel like
100%.
that would shake
That's why like ledge
little
dashing,
bit.
like you can just get
Shake me.
Excellent, back
back
on.
the stage faster and just punish. Like ledge dashing is, even though
There's a
it's
grab.
high risk, that reward is.
The nair also would have worked and been like an easier kill,
Here we
but
have like an even game, both very high, like a back air from
Alright.
Falco or a fair.
you guys did the same movement pattern a little bit here. So you're doing the runaway
even though it's
while
high
doing
risk, that reward
a
is
couple
very high
options
as well.
that
So here we have like an even game
that are pretty high
very high
risk in my
a back
opinion.
air from Falco or a
But
fair
eventually he's
back
gonna
air
try to
hit.
hit you with those aerials.
No, I
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a little too thirsty.
It's
That
too
was
high.
a
Alright,
little
get
too
that percent.
thirsty for
Get that early percent.
kill.
Now, hopefully
You did some like
the
roll
animation just
roll
start,
stuff.
like,
Again,
A little too thirsty
needles
for that kill.
like
No,
frame perfect out of
hopefully this
roll are
game-
actually amazing. So if you needle right here instead of wave dash back, there's nothing that he could do to jump with drift. Like something to keep in mind, especially when thinking about needles, is that if you can put the hitbox out early enough in your neutral frame advantage. So let me
too
see
thirsty.
if I can
That
pause
was
it
a little
correctly.
too thirsty for that kill.
So
No,
he
hopefully
like
it's
lasers here.
animate.
No, forward smash. So if you put needles out right then, and they would come out like here by the time he jumps, he can't do a full drift forward jump or get like a dash jump in that spacing and time. Like he has to do a more neutral and then curve it over. So he can't threaten as much space. So if you do it
Starts,
earlier,
letting CookiE rack up a lot of
then
damage on
you
it.
limit the things
I
that he
feel
can
like
do.
Sheik in
All right, that was
position-
good. And then the best part about those needles is that
CookiE rack up a lot of damage on it.
Yeah, I feel
he has like
Sheik
a
in that
shitty amount
position
of shield right now.
should have
So any
definitely
fair
stood her ground
spacing
and
would
just
be
started
amazing.
forward airing a bunch, just doing auto cancel forward
So
airs.
just gotta grab it and then get back.
Mm.
No.
Oh,
Like slightly,
started forward airing a bunch, just doing
I know
auto
you're doing a
cancel
back air,
forward
but
airs.
you lose some momentum here, I'm
Grab
pretty
it
sure.
and then get back.
So make sure you're always
excellent
holding
back
forward.
throw, get an edge guard opportunity. No, didn't try to challenge it.
He was slow. He was too
Ah,
slow.
if
That
you got
was
the
really
hitbox
unsafe
there,
of
then
me,
it.
but somehow, he got punished anyway.
All right,
Messed up the Shino stall.
All right then.
Maybe
We're back to a
close
pretty
game,
even match.
Low percent
you had no jump there,
stall.
so I think you have no
All right, then.
business back airing
Back to a
Close
if
pretty
you have
even
no jump. So he was already gone.
match.
Low
So I
percent.
think you were just like a little bit
Ooh,
in the
alright,
zone
Okay.
and not
Got the
Nice.
combo going.
Oh, that
in
was a
the
turnaround
in
up
the
tilt.
present.
Brandon,
Oh, that's scary as fuck too.
Okay.
Got the
Nice.
combo
'Cause
going.
Oh,
he's
that
at
was-
he knows that he's
that
at
was
the
a turn
advantage
on
here. Like he's setting up the camp.
Brandon, I'm just watching.
Oh no,
Yeah, Brandon is not even trying to punish Falco for a lot of these unsafe
Okay.
aerials on
Oh.
shield.
that's definitely not what's happening. Ziff.
And he's getting kind of
Suddenly-
worse for it.
You know, 5 seconds ago, this game was,
Ah.
you know,
Those backers are
20%
good, but
is
they're
2%
risky
now.
if you get dared.
That's
Auto has
Falco.
a big lead.
But it could
I would
turn
try
around
to
just
have
quickly.
gotten
Sheik
some, like,
definitely
needle or
has that
something.
opportunity.
And let
Oh,
him come
no.
at
Oh
me.
no, bad DI. He DI'd in on that dash.
So yeah, a lot of that stemmed from that
Brandon is
very
not even
beginning
up there. We're back
part
to a pretty even
where-
match.
Low percent.
you were doing all these back airs, but because you whiff it, he gets to aggress on you. Like you were forced to shield there, like pretty much.
Oh, alright.
still getting it.
Okay.
So
Got the
Nice.
combo going.
Oh, that
yeah,
was a
48
turnaround
was
up
just
tilt.
like
Brandon, I'm just
unacceptable
watching.
to take
Yeah,
there.
Brandon is not
And
even
then
trying to punish Falco
whatever
for a
that
lot of
was.
these unsafe
Up tilt.
aerials on
Oh.
shield.
That's how
And
Falco
he's
sheep
kinda
goes. I
worked
mean,
for
like
it.
You know,
you,
5 seconds
and
ago,
these
this game
types
was,
of percent
you know,
differentials, like unless
20%
you
is your
are now in neutral and still committed to going for the high reward
100%
hits,
now.
like
Uh,
you're gonna be
That's
playing the
Falco.
trade game.
But
But you're
it
playing
could turn
last
around
stock
just
with
as
him,
quickly. Sheik definitely has
and
that
Sheik will
opportunity.
lose it right
Oh,
now.
no.
Oh no, bad DI. But it could turn around
Oh.
just as quickly. Sheik definitely has that
Especially since you
opportunity.
didn't show him
Oh,
that you could
no.
like super
no,
tech
bad
chase him.
DI.
He's
He
not.
died in on
He's
that
not
dash attack.
super
Almost
worried
Almost
about
played
you
really
down
well
air.
that last stock.
just like
Yeah,
Against
he
Cookie.
definitely
tech
did.
chasing him out.
And
Esteem's behind,
Cookie's kind of like
trying to get that
you just,
download.
you just got run over by momentum.
I saw him. He was watching all them Sheik
But,
sets.
I definitely think he lost a little bit of composure at the end there.
Okay.
But let's see. He seems to be, relatively calm right now.
So here's a much more
Definitely think he lost a little bit of
impassioned,
composure
I
at
would
the end
say,
there, but let's see. He seems
start.
to be,
You're just
relatively
trying to
calm right now.
get on his ass.
Battlefield, good counter pick in this situation.
Okay,
I don't know if
Brandon, in chat right now. Why you back throwing, Doe? Why you back throw, dog? Oh. Random combustion is a bad. Yeah, it's a pretty bad one. Foster's avocado. The Nair was like slightly delayed in that other situation. Like there's a very specific one, and it'll lose to them attacking, but them attacking means that they could potentially get like down smashed again. Yeah, again, with the needle situation, if depending on where they can jump out of the hit stun, they technically like can't sweet spot unless they take a lot longer. So you can set up a jump, and then if you would already go for the catching his delayed jumping out of the back throw, then just jump up and keep charging until you see what happens. Because you just have the time. Potential gimp. Yeah, dude. I understand the potential gimp, but you gotta, like, Sheik nowadays, especially against Falco, like Falco at 0, there's like, it's just so hard to get the hard read on the recovery. Like,
I definitely think he lost a little bit of
it's
composure
just
at the end
super
there,
hard.
but
Like,
let's
you have
see, he seems
to
be
have the
relatively
mutaking,
calm
like,
right now.
especially like
Battlefield
immediate
could
back
kinda
air is like
pick
the
this
only way. Like, he can do all sorts of things from here. He could air dodge up. He can, like, if he air dodges up to here, there's actually nothing that you could do to like do anything but damage him. So it's just down throw, like, you get guaranteed %. You could get spot dodge shined, but even if you're doing your like jump coverage, like 20% might be better than what you get over here.
Situation. I don't know about going.
If you're like a
right
little
now.
bit closer, maybe you could even
Battlefield's
like
good counter pick in this
you could like
situation.
run down smash here.
I don't know about going for
but-
the back throw at 0% that far away from the ledge.
Yeah.
So these are the dash decks that
I don't know about
reward
going
you
for
and
the
make
back
you
throw
think
at
that it's like
0%.
great. And this is what I always do.
Battlefield
I
good
go
counter
for
pick in this
weak back
situation.
air. I feel like you and me are so similar
I
in
don't know
that.
about
It's
going
just
for the
when you get that back air, you know that he has to land and the dash deck will
0%
hit,
that far away from the
but
ledge.
Yeah.
or have a really
I
good chance
think you
to.
should
But
always-
at the same time, it just shouldn't work if they're holding down or if
maybe if you're trying to go for some
they're not
cheesy
the right
back
percent.
air, but at 0%, she can't do
All right,
anything.
definitely scrapping
Down
it
throw.
up.
Just down throw and start chasing.
Oh, messed up the.
Didn't land on the
Broski.
platform. Yeah.
Dash deck. That was a wave dash shadow shield grab.
So, an even game. Oh, the
All right,
force
you are scrapping him.
Forward smash is like.
If you do wave dash here, then I think it goes faster. I'm pretty sure that wave dash, the full wave dash, or dash wave dash into the run is faster than just doing it. And something you can do here is boost grab.
So an even game. Oh, the force.
So if he has to get up tech roll and you are on the way and you react to this leg split, then you can just boost grab from here. So you would activate boost grab like dash tech here and grab about here, and it'll barely catch his little beak. And if anything, like the only thing he can do on wake up is spot dodge or shine. So
Forward smash is like the worst best move that Sheik has. I don't know.
Yeah.
and I've found to have
should
great
never use it,
success
but every
on
time
that
I see it used,
that
it
boost grab.
works. It just doesn't make a lot of
It
sense.
hasn't
to me.
worked on like
But
2 opponents.
It's got to be random. Like they force smash out anywhere, and like you know. But you know, like Tafakans, he has a
Uh-oh.
the Tafakans like
Sheik
run
recovery
past
isn't
him
a thing.
and force smash the other way.
I would try to go for the
pro
platform
strats.
too, just because you could tech the back air.
Okay. Oh, this side is falling again.
Okay.
This thing needs nails, not duct tape.
Yeah. Excellent.
him.
Let the gameplay itself. All you gotta do is grab the ledge and just roll. I like it. He didn't try to go for any fancy like.
Should
ledge
practice
hop back air or
getting the
anything
ledge
like
without needle
Even
turnarounds
game,
too.
but Grotto called
Back air's
out,
broken.
Ooh.
Back air's
Sheik's
So after you
ledge hop
do
back air or anything like
this
that.
needle setup, which is good,
Like, Grotto
except
called-
for that it was slightly delayed on
Like
when
it.
he was
didn't
landing.
try to
If
go
you
for any
caught him
fancy,
while he's
like,
landing,
ledge hop
there's
back air or anything
so
like
good.
that.
Like, I don't think he could have hit you here. Maybe he
even
could have.
game,
He sort of jumps over him.
Grotto called-
But you know he has to
Back
do
air.
that L cancel, and it's
He
gonna
didn't
be
try
hard.
to go for any
So
fancy like ledge hop back air or anything like that.
I guess you
An
can't
even
really
game,
like
but
react to that
Grotto
super
called
well.
Back air's broken. Back
Be
air's
careful.
broken.
Uh,
Back there?
If you're gonna go for the back throw, you gotta go for the aggressive back air's
Sheik's
broken.
approach.
I don't agree with what Zip said, but I do think that the way that he DI'd back throw here
That
an even game, but
Is
Grotto called
back air's
out.
more
broken.
reactable than
back
what
air's
you
broken.
did. So
broken.
you can see at the point of release basically where he which way he was DIing on it, and you got to react to that DI. You got to be like same deal on like down throw. If they DI'd in front, you can see where they were. If they DI behind, there's slightly less lag for you to do that during, but at the same time you got to see he was here and that he could either jump here in this zone or he could drop low and then try to sweet spot. So because of that, he could technically have like instant side bead, but I would always try to go out there if he is willing to go
If you're
out
gonna
there
go
as
for the
well.
back throw, you gotta go for the aggressive edge guard. You can't just like wait for them to come in. They've got like 800 different options to be able to recover.
Dang, you are so
But
committed to
you
gimping
can't
him,
just like
but
wait for them to come in.
forward throw
You've got,
does-
like,
definitely
800
does
different
not
options
make it here.
to recover.
And if you had stayed
But-
grounded, you could just like whenever I was trying to learn it, I would always say to myself, what would have happened if I had done absolutely nothing? So if you do absolutely nothing, would you have been able to make him look like an idiot and like down smashed him, or done a forward tilt and then like still re-grabbed him on his landing?
You can't just like wait for them
So
to come in.
if you ever find yourself missing options or like feeling like you're being too committal, just think about how it would look if you waited on the ground and then down smashed his ass right when he landed.
But the thing is, like, if Sheik ever goes for like a back air, like, or a back throw off stage, the best way, the thing you should always do is just shine spell into a double jump onto the ledge.
That's a big damage combo.
Weak back air into forward
Almost
air.
got him there.
But just
That
the
up air
game
is
one,
very
this game is
risky.
super even.
If he knows how to shield up.
Nice edge cancel.
Yeah, the edge cancel was good, but no follow-up. Nice
ledge dash.
that was optimal.
So again,
Nice
your
edge cancel was
knockdown
good, but
game
no
is
follow-up.
not super strong. You're getting a lot of them, but you're like dashing to his position. And I think you're overcompensating for the tech away.
Nice ledge dash. That was
Nice edge cancel.
Because
edge cancel was good,
what you should be
but
doing
no
is
follow-up.
like the way that I know most consistent to set it up is to wave dash to the spacing that you want to be at. So wave dash like here to around here, and then you can react with forward tilt or grab or dash attack or whatnot. But if you run the entire way, then it takes a physical decision to crouch, and then the crouch animation takes 7 frames that are mandatory before you can dash forward again. So it's just a lot harder than reacting after you've already done your sequence of events.
Nice
ledge dash.
That was optimal. Ledge dash into forward tilt.
Oh, man, that was good. I was not good. You
Alright,
got the
that
forward
was silly.
smash.
Oh. No.
See-
All you have to do is forward tilt.
Like, bottom has to be going like.
You got- you
ledge dash
definitely
right
should-
there to get that
Yeah,
much.
he's
Try to
doing the
roll
slow
there.
get up.
Like
and it's
just
not
buffer
working
roll
out
with
for him.
C-stick.
And if you're doing so, get
on the-
like
on the
because
get
it's
up.
so slow.
'Cause
You
if they
have to
catch you with
preemptively
laser, it's
start
not
getting
that
up
bad.
the ledge. But back
Falco
air-
Okay.
had given up the ledge there, and he should have tried to go for the ledge.
So again, these are all like
as soon
super
as you saw
even
that,
percents.
but, he has a good chance of
like,
closing out this stock.
A lot of times it's
Sheik
just
is nice
trading
on
like,
shield.
but you just
Yeah, that was
you haven't
actually
had
pretty
the
Sheik
threat
is one
of
of those
like
characters that can definitely
stealing
turn
a
any random
stock
hit
to
into a
like
kill.
to
Yes.
tech
Like, pretty
chasing
much
or like
anything will lead
or
into
like
a forward
the
air
aerial
at certain
setups.
percents.
Forward air is so good.
And look at that again, an instant 17% off of full charge needles. It's such a
Yeah, but he gives you a lot back in
Forward air
return.
is so good.
and look at that again, an instant 17% off of full charge needles.
So you like sort of played
It's
his
such a
game
good-
there.
Oh, unfortunate.
That was rough.
SD.
No,
Oh, that's
No.
hard to see because like
I'm
the game
putting.
was so
I'm just
even
gonna like
now.
intersperse some
and
clips of
now
you
all the momentum now is
in
on
with
Falco. That's
my
rough.
blooper
He
reel.
missed another ledge dash. That was
Oh,
it.
what the fuck,
That's
dude?
unfortunate.
Why'd you have me
Oh,
look at
Falco,
this set?
that's
That's
rough.
awful.
Like the game was
That
so
makes me
even
super
and
sad.
now
Yeah,
suddenly-
and now
How'd you end up up
that's
there?
that's
though?
hard to
Yeah, chasing with up air.
see,
So
'cause,
again,
like,
don't chase
the
him.
game was so even.
He's winning,
now.
and he's
yeah,
green
and
Falco.
now all the momentum now is
He's
on
a
Falco.
wiener.
That's rough.
Look at him.
And he missed another ledge dash. That was
Look,
it.
he touched
That's
your boob.
unfortunate. CookiE.
What a
That's
wiener.
rough.
Oh,
And he missed another ledge dash. That was it.
That's unfortunate.
What the heck?
CookiE. I think
do
he
that,
still made it
man.
out of his pool though.
You got
He
us
was-
teams
he was playing
down.
so well, and then it
Sadness, dude. Those bowbacks, just I don't know if you have practiced it, but I've tried to get it down a lot more. Is that there's a sort of cheaty way to do a ledge dash with Sheik, where because she has so much opportunity, she can do a ledge dash where. Let's
If
see if I can get
comes
close.
on the forward,
the ledge.
I wish I could just like
Like
hook up
pretty much
my
anything will
cube
lead
real
into a
quick
forward air.
and show it.
It's such.
forward air is so good.
And look at that again.
can't really
It's
show it.
17% off of full charge needles.
And I have to show you
It's
this. But if you grab the ledge and then jump higher for like 2 frames, but still, as long as you make sure you're holding forward and then you air dodge down right, you'll land around here. And you'll still be invincible at the edge of it, like around where about how much that Marth has. But it's good for when you don't need that extra invincibility to be actionable. And instead, you just need to consistently get off the ledge and be in a position on the stage. So
such a
don't
good
be afraid to do that.
Oh,
And
look at
wave
that
dashes
again.
back
It's
out of shield are
17%
hard,
off of full
so
charge
I
needles.
understand.
It's such a good.
I hate doing it.
That
sucks.
rough.
I use the same trigger, so
because like the game was so even.
But again,
and
don't-
now
don't follow
Yeah,
us.
suddenly-
and now
Wiener
all
Falco.
the momentum now is on Falco. That's
so yeah.
rough.
You didn't hold forward at all. I think you were sort of nervous from the back air spacing. So just whenever you're ledge dashing, prep yourself with the Sammy stall. Do the no poof stall. It always has your ECB in the correct place so that you can you get the same timing every time. But the main thing is that you can't SD unless you like super jump the gun if you maintain holding forward. So you gotta keep that patience all the way towards the end, or else you're gonna have finishes like that. No, it sucks. All right, let me get at you. What should I do instead of back throw? Down throw, bro. Gotta de-throw that shit. De-throw is what you need to. If you're going for all those grabs at early percent, like you gotta have the de-throw options. So, I feel like reaction tech chases is something that you practice instead of some of that tech skill stuff. But I feel like there are a lot of simple but technical things that you could add to your repertoire that would really help you. One of which is just wave dashing towards the edge and then turning around and wave dashing back onto the edge instead of needle turning arounding. Getting more comfortable jumping and charging needles and releasing when you need to, and doing the crouch down smash, adding that into your repertoire, and not always throwing them off the stage. So you gotta work them over there. And when you get the knockdowns, like with dash attacks at like 40, like you gotta go for the tech chase. And as we had talked about it, you gotta be like basically within a jab range, like slightly less than forward tilt. So slightly inside and outside of their get up attack at the same time. So let me go back to it. Fuck yeah. I do have the Flame and Roy set actually pulled up right now, so I can do that. My laptop is about to explode, I think. So Fox, completely different matchup. You're slightly slow on the start. Get a good call out. I like the forward throw there, but you gotta just wait. Again, unless he does the super good stall here, then you can down smash it. And if not, like a good option against Fox if he DIs all the way out there, like even after he like you see that he went far out. So unless he shine stalls lower, he can't actually jump and drift onto here without getting down smashed. So at this point, I would just turn around and grab the ledge. Like if you pivot wave dash to the ledge, there's nothing you can do to get to that ledge. Like that catches, they're like, I feel like you've played against a lot of Spacies that will do this immediate jump back and then try to up B or side B, and that always gets needled. But I mean, you only have one needle, so it's hard to do aerial needles. Aerial needles are so much better when you have more space. I have more of them. There you use your up B too fast. You can get a lot more height out of it. So like you used up E here, but your jump goes all the way up to here. So use that and then come up to the inside of the platform. All right. Don't get caught forward airing at the ledge against Fox. It's like the way me and Sammy talk about it, like the way he described it to me is that like what all are you gonna get off of this forward air at the edge other than like maybe a hit? Like unless you're being super committed to it, and until you get it that you wouldn't get off the ledge, then like forward airing back onto the stage is just asking to get bared or landing at a spacing where bear is going to be very threatening to you. Because like you still haven't left this ledge. Like you are not going to get past this Fox. He's at low percent. It's really dumb, but like it's just how it is. And it racks the percent up super fast, like 15% a pop on back air, whereas you are giving 10% if you've already hit him twice with that shit. Alright, how was your tech chase? Okay, you got him with neutral. See, this is the type of percent where you are always going to get that knockdown. And again, you're over biasing towards the tech away. You want to go slightly less. Alright, you want to be reacting to no tech and tech in place with dash tech right here. But you're dashing too early to make that reaction really easy. You need to be either waiting or dashing a little bit farther over to here. Alright, I'm at full screen. I forgot about that. So, you miss it. And you sort of cornered yourself again. And because of all this, Fox gets to run at you. if you had wave dash back off, then he couldn't run at you. But because he did that, he gets to run at you. Alright, let's see. That was a forward air. You gotta be ready for the, like, unless it's a really good fox, like, you don't have to worry about that ledge dash. Like, until they show it to you, don't count yourself out. Neil Turan always makes me scared, dude. Good roll. So here, Sammy will tell you, double roll from the edge is broken. You do this roll, and then you roll again. And then you literally would have grabbed him if you had rolled twice to the left. It just covers so much room. Like, look at how far it would go. Like, it would go literally all the way over here. So that's literally half the stage in the manner of, like, very small amount of time. Like, Sheik's roll is a combat roll. Should be used as such. So again, you're forward airing off the side. It's definitely like, how are you going to get a hit on this fox? But the truth is, you're basically going to have to do a ledge dash or get him to get too pissed off to sit in that area. Otherwise, your neutral from the ledge is so limited, like you can't do almost anything. Alright, he put himself like sort of out there on the line here. Give you an opportunity to sort of attack. But again, these like when you're coming down and you're like at a deficit, or even just in general, don't look for the any hit. You need your neutral to be about the hit that will get you, like, to get a knockdown or get position or something like that. Single needle's not very high reward. He got 70 damage for that. He got the kill. Yep. Happens, dude. Like, you have no platform here. Like, your fair wall had already been basically broken because you have no room to dash back now. So fair is really bad. So the best thing that I would say to do is to run up shield, which I think you end up doing. You do the so. Regardless, you gotta make it so that you engage with something, because eventually it's gonna come get you. And Warren gets away with it again. So there. You have enough invincibility to run up down smash, and if he's just gonna dash dance in place, like, it's either a jump going to the ledge or staying in this area, and down smash covers most of that. He's at a percent where you can't really punish you for it. Oh. Can't react to the up smash. If it was 2 frames faster, we could. Sad boys. See, all those fairs are good. But again, you can't, like, this will not, like, you're only covering one option here. Like, maybe if you option select back here, you can, but, like, you're getting the fair, but he still makes it back. Like, he has a lot of mix-ups from that position, so you gotta think about, like, what you need to get. Sheik's gotta get that dash attack. Alright, that one was safe on shield. See, that is the delayed timing that works. And if you watch Flash at Do You Fox with it, and he was at a foundry and played SFAT and Silent Wolf and Cobol. If you do that, space like that, then yes, he can't punish you before you can dash away. But you technically don't have room to dash away, but it's a good backer to hit. Alright, again, you're trapped at the edge. Playing against people who are already winning against you, especially, very hard to ledge dash. Sammy beats up all of Georgia because they cannot ledge dash against him. That was a dash attack. Alright, get full needles, shield drop. That was so questionable. So here you just want to be facing him or here, and like you gotta be thinking, what do I have to do to win this game? What could I possibly do to take this stock? I'm at 114, and it's probably gonna be a fadeaway aerial, or like a grab, or that needle's coming into play. So She gets super low options at low percent. You just gotta play towards your strengths. So, Harriet pull-up method is to get on that platform, shield on it, and wait for him to come down, and then either run away and get a position where you can fade away aerial, or fall down and punish with an aerial. So, better just get on the ledge, because even though it was hard to get off, like, you gotta do something. Alright, let's check the chat. Full screen, yeah. How do I not overcommit to tech away? As I said, and I can show you the next time we hang out, but again, it's the wave dash to the tech in place. Like, watch an Armada Fox Ditto, and he will always be going to that spot. Or watch Plup tech chase. He's always going to this one spot. Like, his Peach, Armada's Peach versus Fox, always dash dancing in the same spot. With, like, he knows if I'm this far away, I need to dash right instead of left before I go for this tech chase. Like, I watched a set of mine and I dashed the wrong way first, and it literally made me miss the tech chase because dash tech went too far through him. So, just given the amount of time that you have and spacing, like, melee is just so crazy that you have to account for both of them. Yeah, melee is all about those knockdowns. Like, I was thinking about teams earlier, and gosh, knockdowns are less good in teams, but they still get you so much. So again, that needle opening, like, you'll stop him from lasering, but even if you both hit each other, like, it's not a good trade. Like, he can just shoot another one at you. So my preferred opening is to short hop and then pull needles and then keep charging all the way down unless they come forward. Because he can get 3 or 6% on you, and it's not going to change a damn thing. Not a thing. It's free percent, but you got a full charge. So if he's lasering or camping in neutral, and you just decide to just let her rip, then he has to be thinking about that option the entire time. Literally, the Fox has to be like, it is unacceptable for me to take these needles. So it provides additional stresses for them by adding a threat for you. Because that's the only way that you scare them at 0, really, is with needles and grab. So, yeah, if he was camping like this and you had needles, you could needle that, you could needle that. You had a good walk up, though. Like, that forward air spacing is great, and I'm glad you have that down, because he continued to do it expecting you to do it again or not come in, but you walked up. So, yeah, this needle is just not good, because even if it catches them like that, if he was, like, no disrespect to Warren, but if he was like a top 50 player, then he would be SDIing that up and air dodging, and there you would have to do another rep, because that would be should be a free down smash. So there, out of the needle, you can either dash forward, dash this way, go dash right, dash left, wave dash onto the thing, fast fall, and then either rising fair or falling bear. You can do either, because if you falling bear, then you should be able to jump and up B back to the ledge. The best example of this strategy is Kirby Kaze. He will weak back a Fox about literally a million times. But the other thing you can do is, at this height, there's no way that he can sweet spot this without getting down smashed. So you need to be walking forward and then getting the 1 or 2 frames of down smash that will actually hit. You could also like jumping needle, and that's a guaranteed kill because you can just get on the ledge and then fall down fair him. But again, you got to move faster out of your actions. So here you got the needle fast, but then you didn't move out of the needle. So you got to be ready to execute. And I think playing Sheik in teams and having to execute those gimps helps a lot. Watch. I guess in modern teams it doesn't happen as much anymore, but Mew King in teams, just watch his gimps at the edge. He's the master. Like that's why he's the best in teams potentially. No! No! That's your fair. Those are sick fair reads. Like, he was being an idiot and jumped. Like, he's at 50% and left the ground. Oof. Damn it. You just need a fair in there. And again, just like, try to full hop instead of the short hop there. If you full hop and fall down with the fair, it's like more guaranteed to win. You're spacing very close to him in a place where like he's more threatening than you are. Because like, sure, you might kill him with back air, but he has to get through your early percent, and he's at a point where if he camps, it's bad for him because you could approach with all those, like those weak falling down nairs that you did against Falco. Like, they still work against Fox. So if you, like, a lot of your movement isn't wave dash based when I feel like it should be more slippy and scooty. So it's a lot tiring, and literally like Sheik isn't as fast unless you're wave dashing around. Like the spamming 2-2-2-2-2 is definitely legit. Alright. Yeah, unless you wave landed off Randall, like doing this short hop, like if anything you should run off and then double jump on with like an aerial or something. You might wreck him. I like that you didn't shield grab. It's risky. You could just die at 100. So again, you're overcommitting. So right where you are right now, stop moving. Just don't go anywhere, because he landed here. So if he touches down right there, then literally you can just react with down smash and it's a kill. So stop walking here. And then if he does get up attack, you can shield it, re-grab him again. If he just does regular attack in place, down smash. If he does goes all the way to here, then you can grab and forward throw him off there. You gotta be looking for that spacing. Alright, you took your ledge because you were slow getting off. It's basically like if you would have to ledge dash right now. And if you don't ledge dash right now, or do the stall right now, or attack right now, then he just takes it. So technically you could have rolled, but you're at over 100, so it's not very good. So he's just doing a tempo forcing you to get off the ledge. That's very common though. They'll just do that. You got them clean ledge dashes. This game's crazy. You just did some silly stuff. You're at very low percent, and you really need to close this out. So you got it, but it took 40%. So think about how, like, if you want to watch this over again, think about how you could potentially not have engaged with all that trade percent before getting that opening. Like, how would you get that opening if the trade opportunity did not happen? Let's see. Back air to shine is a combo, but I don't think he did it right. Nope. Just make sure you're retaining your options off the ledge, because unless he like goes out there and back airs you there, like, you're gonna have to go onto the staging moves. And a lot of foxes in Georgia are actually super like big on the shine gimp. Jared especially is like, I'm just gonna go out there. There are a lot of timings where they can actually just go out there and shine and still get to the ledge before you do though, which is pretty sick. There's a fox called Reeve who does that hella good. That's just a thing that happens. I'm glad you teched away. There, if you do your up B slightly faster, you might be able to like get farther onto the stage, but I don't know if that's totally true or not. Oh yeah. Warren caught me with some 3 up air bullshit, some mango fucking shit. Took a clutch out game 2. Back air. Fall down to, oh shit. You already need to be off the stage so that you don't get burned, but because there's nothing that he could do if you just do that rising back air, then come up and do it a second time. Like, you just rinse and repeat because he can't tech it. He's at too low percent. But now you're at a percent where you'll get buried. So the same principle as the Armada Shine applies there. Like, you gotta go get him before the fire or while you're invincible. So she sometimes gets the best of both worlds. But watch Kirby Kaze for those back airs, because he does it hella well. Alright, and I gotta get through these pretty soon. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this one because Swedish is really good at it. If you're down, if you're still here. You gotta get them at times where they can't position against you. See, now you're asking some weird questions though, like who are the best sheiks to watch versus Fox? Like it's probably Plup, Mewtwo King, and Swedish, but like Shroomed is pretty okay at it, but I don't think his style is that amazing at high level. It's just Plup's too fast. You're not gonna be able to do a lot of the things until like you really get it down. Like his style just doesn't work unless you make it work. And Mewtwo King has just reads that aren't really replicable sometimes. Like he definitely just like goes in and just has an idea about how you're gonna play, and then based on the fact that he never messes up, you like get caught in his rock paper scissors traps because he's dictating every action after he wins the one time. It's like if somebody like was bartering with you and you had to make a sale like every 10 seconds or else you lost $100. He would nickel and dime you on every trade. All right, but I'm gonna watch this Swedish one.
Not surprising. Not at all. Like, oh, why do you have to
bad.
fight him of all people? That guy that beats me up on
matchup.
Tuesday. Come on.
But
all right, we're gonna
Swedish
go
is
into the
pretty
match.
good at it,
Swedish
so
comes from an
you're gonna see
exceptionally
he did
strong
a wave
area
dash out of
of New
shield,
Jersey, Monmouth County.
which helped
So
him
the story
do,
with these
oh my
Homedale
God, he
kids
did
is
that.
that
Oh, it's over.
Same
Oh,
shit.
it's
What the
Monmouth
fuck?
County.
But he's moving faster. Like I don't know if you
Swedish
can
comes
if
from
you
an
can notice
exceptionally
it,
strong area. Tuesday, come on. All right, we're
but he fast fell sooner after the
We're gonna go
back
into
air.
the
He
match.
wave dash out of
Swedish
shield, which gets him something. He
comes from an
crouch canceled
exceptionally
that.
strong area of New Jersey.
Like
Monmouth
down
County.
holding, moving out
So
of
the story
shield,
with these
and
Homedale
moving
kids
faster
is
is just like
strong area
really
of New
good to
Jersey.
do it.
Monmouth
So
County.
this is the type of shit like that can be good, but it's just like it's so risky. Like
So the
I don't
story
know
with
why.
these Homedale
Like,
kids.
the
is that
Oh, it's
for-
over.
Oh,
Laudandis
still
and
over. Still over.
Swedish and a couple other people have been really good at beating Wes and a couple other types of Falcos because they'll go into it having a specific read on like knockdowns that they're gonna do. Like I think Laudandis just like up smashed the shit out of him like 3 times, and same versus S2J. And here Swedish is like all about the not holding
Swedish
down.
sponsored by Burt
and
Gaming.
not
Shout outs
ASDing
to
down.
Burt Bus Driver, aka Kevin Sue.
You spend
All
a
right.
lot of knowledge. I have no
So
idea.
despite getting hit 4 times
Burt
there,
Gaming is
he
a
only took
great,
like
great
20
crew.
or 25.
Such talented
So,
players. Mr. F
not
on
that
there,
bad.
7N on there.
so this
So,
too, like I
such
feel like
talented
the way
players.
you do
Mr.
fairs
F
is
on
always
there,
really
7N
fast, and I
on
had
there.
that problem for a while. This delayed fair
Great
is
crew.
really good too.
Such talented players.
you can just
Mr. F on there.
You just like jump.
7N.
So he recognized out of shield, like he's shielding too. So I'm going to set this up, and he's already spaced for it. His run up shield was like gonna be the same no matter what, but based on how West Balls reacted, it was at perfect spacing.
There.
So perfect space fair. And then runs up shield again. He doesn't go for a mix up. He doesn't give up the center. He could always wave dash out of shield. Like this is such a strong position as both Peach, Sheik, Marth, because you can just wave dash back or jump aerial any of these, and those are pretty much death. Or you could just slightly wave dash back and then still have like a 4 tilt. So
The
he
whole
calls
deal-
that out.
The Homedale kid's so
Or-
strong. 7N on there. The
Fair
Homedale.
enough.
So
the whole
because
deal
West
kid's
Ball
so
is
strong,
shielded there, I'm pretty sure that's why
7N
he
on
hit
there.
it. Because the only thing that you can do when you shield there is wave dash forward, which doesn't work if he already started wave dashing back, or you can jump, or you can wave dash to ledge. So this would have lost him wave dashing
The
to ledge.
Homedale, the Homedale kid's so strong. And then on the other side of the county, you had Ego.
So he waits. He's not making a call.
Strict 9.
He's just waiting, fading back, covering that
does Ego still
tournament
play?
winner.
Ego
Still
does
here.
not really play that much.
Okay.
He's kind of on his,
Converts.
grown
So
man. He's got
again,
some apps.
he didn't do anything that was super
Swedish-
laggy, like
On the other side of the county,
like
you had
horizontal needle.
You had Ego, Strict 9.
like
Dude, is
big, like he did the auto cancel nair
still
and then
play?
immediately fell through.
Ego does not really
If it
play
was
that
Plup,
much.
he would have like
Okay.
shield
He's kind
chop
of on his,
down.
grown man. He's got some
been
apps. to
faster.
sort. Swedish, and okay.
So he didn't
Wes
get
is
hit
gonna
like
have to roll
almost
the
at all
sleeves
after
here.
that time where he minimized the
Making
damage
Burt look
and then
real good.
executed a pressure
Burt Gaming.
situation.
Some of the best sponsor in the game.
I
Alright,
guess.
he's dead. He messed up.
Okay, that's gonna be a stock.
Yeah.
And Swedish is all right. I like this new
Chug
tech
that
skill that
water.
all the Smashers have.
The water?
Yeah, the
So
water.
he-
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
this is a common thing that Mewtwo King
all right.
did,
I like
and
this
for a
new tech
while I
skill that
didn't
all
understand it, but now I do. It's because if you miss as Sheik against a character that's faster than you, especially Falco who can like full jump the heck away, if you miss in neutral, you are not going to get another chance to attack him in neutral before your invincibility runs out. So by getting these 3 needles, you get 3 needles, and then
The water?
Yeah,
well,
the
he gets
water.
fucking more because he's an idiot. But you should still be invincible when you go for this attack. So you can do whatever the heck near spacing, like this terrible one that he did. Should be definitely delaying till down there.
Yeah, yeah.
And he gets shined
Yeah.
for it because he's
Hydration,
being an
man.
idiot about it. You only should get 3 needles.
I like this new tech skill that all the
And then
Smashers have.
attack.
The
Because
water?
then you still cover him. Like he has to still respect your invincibility.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here.
We
You
saw
Hydration,
can't
man.
attack.
We saw Phil opening it, drinking from it, uncapping it during
was a shield
stock
drop.
You got some
Try
time.
to-
You got some time. And you
try
got
to grab.
invincibility, so you got like a
definitely
hot 10 seconds.
Definitely do. You can make that trade. Okay, West has not gotten.
All right, so see how he did an option that could have comboed it, like could have hit him, but didn't commit forward at all.
Yeah,
He was
it's
very
awesome.
comfortable where he
Hot
was
10 seconds.
Definitely do.
because he feels like he's
Make that trade.
dangerous by the edge.
Okay,
Westballs is an idiot.
West has
Doesn't
not gotten
execute like a
hits
shine
since he
grab or
lost that
anything,
stock.
which would
Yeah,
just beat
yeah.
being comfortable at the edge, but because he's Westballs.
Being real careful and
yeah.
giving him a lot more respect. I
West has
think
got a
is what Westball's doing.
fantastic defensive game.
Yeah.
I think
And
the-
again, just like,
oh,
that was unnecessary.
Westball's.
Weston, you could have gone for the down air. You knew you could have gone for the down air.
Gets
Shine
so
pretty safe.
oh my
just
god.
go straight
Falco
up from
just
there.
lets you
Two
do it.
quick stocks on the platform.
All right. I didn't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Methodical and clean.
So these back airs are faster than
Up from
anything
there,
he did
two
in that
quick
set, in
stocks
those
from Westball.
3 sets.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Methodical.
like this is the Sheik tech skill
Clean.
stuff, being fast, like rising back air right out, and then auto cancel.
Oh, got caught
I'm on
messing
you.
around on the platform.
Yeah.
Did he hit with both of them?
Gotta get that scary Sheik.
Okay, he tried. Illusion.
And the fall through aerials
Did he hit
are
with both of them?
part of what's really good about this matchup because then you can
Okay,
get
he
more.
tried. Illusion. And that's
So he waited, so he positioned
he hit with
himself
both of them.
so that if
Okay.
he just shine stalls super low, then he can jump needle, or he can turn around and
Oh.
wave dash to the edge. Here he reads that he's gonna try to immediate side B, which isn't a great way to do it, but and Plup or Mewtwo King would have back aired probably, but because he waited and reacted to like he's only looking at Falco at this point, so he sees that he's coming in.
And
Back
this is
throw?
what,
Okay.
He just
this is
gets
what Swedish needs. He's not going to miss
gets
this
the tech
tech
chase.
chase. Commentator curse.
He just gets the damage,
Sorry.
but the biggest part about this is that even though he didn't tech chase
This is what Swedish
properly,
needs. He's not going to miss this tech chase. Commentator curse.
he maintains powerful spacing. So he could have like shield drop lasered and that would have beaten all this, but he pulls the same shield approach. Shield approach is pretty good with Sheik because then you just set up this fade back thing where he has to consider you going forward.
Sorry about
So
that, but
again,
he
it's
does
about
hit it.
having
Thank God.
threats, having those needles.
He didn't hit it as much as he could, I think.
Yeah, you did.
He did two down smashes and then
So
or two
coverage,
down
coverage.
tech chases and a down smash.
2
She
minutes
just
in
like
Swedish already.
because she's so
I've worked on
floaty in there,
Westball's
she gets to
last
cover
stop.
options.
Oh man.
Whoa.
That was a really
Power
bad
shield,
mirror.
shield drop back air. And that's going to take the stock.
Dude, one grab though from Swedish Delight. I want to see that depth combo.
Are we going to see the death touch?
And
He's
Westball's kind of
definitely
showed us
death
that he has
touch
the depth
people
touch
this
too.
tournament.
He really does.
Apparently.
This is a
So again, he like this move in edge shield, like he affords
Or
himself
Westball's
more
kinda
opportunities to shield in
showed us that
neutral, but you'll
he has
notice
the
he
depth
never
touch
shields for longer
too.
than half a
He
second.
really does.
I wanna say.
Apparently.
this is a
And he's
brutal matchup.
moving like super fast.
He's 80-75 in favor of Falco. What? I mean, like, they both hurt each other so much. It should add up to more than
Oh my
100.
God.
Right.
All right, Wes taking it easy.
So yeah, he does
No.
like,
Swedish
no
walking
high pressure
into
ledge
these-
And that
dash.
downer
Drop
push him
right
off the platform.
If you don't have to, then don't do it.
And this is probably an edge guard.
It's so contesting to contest Wes.
All right, so we did a lot of bad things, but it was
He did a good job
after
bringing that
he
back. He had a solid
executed
strategy.
successful
He brought it back
offense,
like
so-
nothing.
He did.
and a lot of
Wes
that
had to
offense
turn
was
it
with
Yeah, he gave him the
defensive
head nod, saying, "You know
options
what, I
like
respect you on
shielding.
Sheik. Reasonable choice from Sheik. Sheik.
All right, he went
Oh.
back. Let's see.
Unfortunate there.
So again, a lot of these aerials don't
Look at
really add up to much. But
clean.
sometimes you just
So
feel like
slick.
you have to
Swedish
have to
is
do
not
it.
getting. Oh, the
I don't
chain
think it's
is
like
not what you
high
can do. Oh.
to do that, but
Aw.
You do not want to make tech flubs versus West.
No, you don't.
Oh, not getting Shine Bear today.
Yeah, a little bit.
So like a lot of times when he'll do dash attacks,
Oh,
it seems like it's on
getting
landings.
Shine Bear today.
And
Yeah, a little bit of
trying
hesitation
to
there
time
from
it.
West Balls. Didn't even throw
Yeah,
out any
like I
arrow.
talked about with the
And
7
again, the forwarder
frames.
there pushes them off the platform, and he recognizes he can back air.
So smart by West. I like what he does there. He goes out. Guards.
Right, right.
I don't want to watch that part.
Lowest.
Who
West
wins?
Oh.
All right, let's see.
A
What
little
he did.
lazy.
All right, he did your nair, but he approached with shield before he did it,
Best double shine I've ever seen.
which
Right.
is a slight
Looking a little
variation.
lazy.
So you can block the laser and then go for the full jump.
Clank, 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 clank.
That was just
Oh,
bad from West Balls. He
Okay,
could've,
Swedish. Okay,
sweet spotted
Swedish.
side B.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a fun
as
chant.
you can see, like you don't
Yeah,
have to be the
chant is great,
best, and
yeah.
you don't have to always cover
Some
the
names
best
you
things,
just
but at the
have
same
to cheer
time,
for them.
West Ball is
You can get a
definitely
lot
one of
out
them
of
as
it.
well. Laser F smash. Right. West absolutely zoned in. Definitely respects the caliber of opponent he's facing.
yeah, those tilts did not make me impressed. But
I feel like in some of these situations, Swedish is just straight up trying to hard call an option.
Right. Oh,
so
I feel like in some of these situations, Swedish
he
is
just
straight up trying
capitalized
to
super
call an
hard. Like he reacted with a roll
Option.
for whatever reason,
Right.
and then he DI'd off stage
Oh,
for whatever
oh, he's
reason,
dead.
you should be, yeah.
One hit
Wow.
down smash,
All right,
These
just
small
like
exchanges are
and then
really
he plays really cat and mouse here. Like he
Swedish
makes
delight a
he makes
lot
West Balls jump to him.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
he does not try
Alright,
to
these
go
small
towards the
exchanges
edge.
is-
He doesn't corner himself, and West has to decide
are
what he's going to
really
do with the
netting
last bit of
Swedish
his
delight a lot
invincibility.
of mileage.
just like that. Can Swedish shield drop his way out of these pressure situations? I mean,
good.
shield drops so fast.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So those backers, like
out of these
that's
pressure
like
situations.
just like
I mean, shield
what
drops
Sheik has
so
to do in this
fast.
matchup nowadays. Like these types of backers,
Yeah.
like it's
Honestly,
proven
West-
effective.
2015, we got
Wins
a
you
shield
sets
drop
like
now, man.
super
Yeah, especially
hard
when West is trying to blow up my
because
shield
it's
on the
so
platform.
so
Yeah,
such
it's
free
a very
percent
viable option in that situation.
when it works.
All right. That'll do it there. West had missed a side B cancel like that.
And you'll
Earlier
feel
in
a certain
the set.
type of
He
way
did,
when you
he
get
did.
the first backer. You'll be like,
Clean
yes,
shine out of
I'm
shield.
going to do the second backer.
Oh,
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
that might not be what West needed.
So he's doing the 4 tilts while holding
Oh.
slightly down.
Uh-oh.
There's a certain notch on your
That might not
controller
be
that you
what
can
West
do
needed.
to
And another
ASDI
slip off.
down wall 4
A
tilts.
lot of
West is-
slip-offs this set.
West's shield plus platform game.
So he's just
strong.
waiting.
Didn't get his
reacting.
jump back, so he
Yeah.
will lose his stock there.
Tried for the
Speed.
illusion cancel. Swedish called it a mile
He needs
away.
to get
I
like
would,
40%.
yeah.
Swedish Delight needs to
Been
get like
holding on to
40%,
those
and then he's
middles.
sitting in a decent spot.
But West closed out so many of these stops.
He needs to get like 40%, and then he's sitting in a decent spot.
Such bad in there.
But West
But he
closed
doesn't
out so many
shine
of
out of
these
shield
stocks.
apparently.
Okay.
The Swedish has seen that before.
Nice.
Got him in
Okay.
the corner.
Oh, I'm surprised that needle didn't hit, but this is a good shot.
All right, I'm sorry I
Oh,
made you
great
watch
needle.
this.
That's it. That's
Nice.
game 2.
Swedish just playing like an idiot. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say like the way that you want to play, watch Mewtwo King play, and watch some of like Smash and Splash. Smash and Splash Swedish, because he's pretty good at it. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do on Cheek Falco. A little bit burned out on it. But at the same time, there wasn't a lot of interaction with the laser game there, so you're also gonna have to adapt against players like Kevin, who opt for laser like a whole lot more. So again, work on the wave dash to the tech general direction. Let me get up wheels set. I gotta get faster at doing this stuff. Where is he? Hot Wheels. Should call him Michael. Alright, which one did he want? Killua or Lucas? I'm gonna do Lucas, because Lucas is cool. He has no style. He has no grace. This cone has a funny face. I knew it. Alright. Let me make sure that Brandon was all gooch. It's hard to analyze MTK. Yeah, that's why reacting positively when you power shield. Well, that's the thing. I don't think you even power shielded a single time in those games, and neither did Swedish. It's just I don't think you're it's like that important even. Like mostly getting the power shield is like used for neutral tool, like being able to move fast out of it and not have to worry about the lag. So if you watch Mucha King, watch his wave dashes out of shield against lasers. He does it frame perfect every time. Especially like if you watch M2K at Apex against Mango on like Dreamland, there are a lot of times where he does gimp setups. He does wave dashes out of shield against lasers, and makes him come to him, and makes a lot of like micro spacing decisions. So when you're watching Mucha King, again, just don't think about it in terms of neutral. Just think about the threats that he presents on neutral and why they let him get close enough to use them, and especially his gimp setups. Like his back throw stuff is just the best. He's just the best at it, man. I don't know what else to say about it. He throws you off stage. You are in the vortex, and he's very good at making that call. But he's using options that are like guaranteed to kill them if they hit, whereas like standing needle has a very low chance of you killing them without having to read them a second time. So a lot of times he'll get them with the hard aerial, and then it'll force them to go below the stage. That's the ultimate goal, is just to get the spacie below the edge of the stage, or grab the ledge if he could be horizontal to it, because then you can just go out there and back air or just roll up. So those are the big things. And again, you still dash attacking a lot, but work on being clean with wave dashes and implement more wave dash out of shield.